Hello and welcome to Inglês by Professor Week 3. This week I want to start by thanking you all for subscribing to the channel, for sharing the first two videos with your friends. But above all, I want to thank those of you who took the time to leave comments to me, both here on YouTube and on the Inglês by Professor Facebook page. Thank you very much. I want you to know that this encourages me to keep on recording videos and discussing the English language here with you. Thank you. This week, we're going to talk about pronunciation for the first time. And this first week about pronunciation, we're going to talk about two complicated word endings that we Brazilian speakers of English get wrong on occasion. And they are OUS and ATE. We're going to start from OUS, and we're going to start with an exercise. I'd like you to look at this word you see here on your screen and pronounce it. Pronounce it as many times as you like, paying close attention to how you pronounce the OUS at the end of it. Done? Okay, so now we're going to learn how to pronounce this and 16 other words in English that end in OUS. Have a look at the video. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Marvelous, serious, curious,
stupendous,
fabulous,
adventurous,
mischievous, ambitious,
dangerous,
ridiculous,
generous,
jealous, famous,
anonymous,
disastrous,
enormous, nervous.
So you've seen that OUS is always pronounced the same way when it happens at the end of words in English. Us. So words like dangerous, marvelous, famous, they're all going to have the OUS at the end sounding us. So it's never O's, it's always us. It's the sound the schwa, plus s, us. Okay? So one more time. Every time you have OUS at the end of words in English, it's going to sound us. Alright? Now we're going to look at ATE, and ATE is slightly more complicated because it's going to depend on the part of speech of the word. That is, it's going to depend on whether the word is a verb, an adjective, or a noun. We're going to start by looking at this word you see here on your screen, and we're going to watch two short video segments in which this word is going to appear. So pay attention to how ATE is pronounced in each of them. Okay? Have a look.
Now, if that estimate is correct,
experts estimate that hundreds.
So you see that the ATE in these two words, even though the spelling is exactly the same, is going to sound different. In the first example, in which we have, if that estimate is correct, the ATE is going to sound it. So again, it's the schwa sound plus t. And that happens because estimate is a noun. In the second example, on the other hand, we have the future president of the United States, Hillary Clinton, saying, experts estimate. So estimate. Here the ATE is going to sound ate because it's a verb. So ATE in the verb sounds ate. In the noun sounds it. We're now going to look at these two words that you see here on your screen. And we're going to watch 4 short video segments. I want you to pay attention to how these two words are pronounced in these 4 short videos. Okay? Have a look.
I did a show not so long ago with Eric Liu, a leading civics advocate whose TED Talk went viral.
Even Kentucky's natural gas industry isn't or wouldn't advocate for that.
It's almost as if there's an alternate universe, an alternate economy.
And I'm trying to alternate boy, girl, here, just to be fair.
So once again, you've seen that ATE is going to sound it or ate, depending on the part of speech of the word. In the first 2 videos, we had the word advocate. In the first one was advocate because it was a noun, and in the second video it was advocate because it was a verb. Just like the word estimate could be estimate or estimate, depending on whether it was a noun or a verb. So noun, it, verb, ate. In the second 2 videos, in videos 3 and 4, however, what we had was the word alternate. And you'll probably notice that in the first video, where the man repeated the word alternate twice, he said alternate economy and alternate universe. The word is not a noun, but an adjective. And the same thing works for an adjective. So adjectives that end in ATE, they're going to sound it. So we have alternate adjective, it. And in the next video, we had alternate, used as a verb. So it was Barack Obama saying that he was trying to alternate boy, girl, boy, girl. So alternate as a verb. So in a nutshell, we have for nouns and for adjectives, ATE is going to sound it. And for verbs, ate. It's not that complicated. And yes, just like every rule or most rules in English, it does have a couple of exceptions. But it's a rule you can trust the majority of occasions. So most of the time, the rule is going to work fine. Okay? We're now going to look then, to finish, at one word that also ends in ATE and that I think is very complicated for many students and teachers of English here from Brazil. So we Brazilians have a lot of difficulty with that word. And you can see the word here on your video already. And if you want, just like we did in the beginning, you can try to pronounce this word a few times. And then we're going to listen to 5 examples, 5 different people saying this word for you to check how it's pronounced. So think first of all, is this word a noun or a verb? Think about it and watch the following videos.
Certificate.
Certificate. A certificate.
A certificate.
Certificate from.
Well, as you can see, 5 times the word then should be pronounced certificate. Yeah? So nouns that end in ATE, as we learned today, are going to be pronounced it. Right? The AT is going to be pronounced it, so certificate, not certificate. Alright? Thank you very much for watching this week's video. Next week we'll be back talking about punctuation for the first time, and we're going to discuss the rules of the apostrophe. If you have any suggestions as to what we can talk about here in the next few weeks, please leave messages either here or on the Inglês para Professor page on Facebook. Alright? Have a great week. See you next week. Bye-bye.